The mountain's embrace was unforgiving that night, as the snowstorm raged like an untamed beast. I was hunting, a pursuit I had undertaken countless times, but this time nature had other plans. The blizzard blindsided me, turning the familiar terrain into a treacherous labyrinth of white. With the biting cold seeping into my bones and visibility nearly zero, my only hope was to find shelter. It was then, amidst the howling wind, that I spotted it. A cabin, its silhouette barely discernible against the snow-laden backdrop. Approaching the cabin, a sense of relief washed over me. It's a mountain custom, a silent code among those who brave these altitudes, offer shelter to those in need. I knocked fervently, anticipating a warm welcome. No answer came, but I could hear subtle movements inside. The cabin wasn't deserted, that was certain. Driven by necessity and the storm's fury, I decided to enter uninvited, a decision I would soon question. The interior was shrouded in darkness, save for the faint glow of embers in the fireplace. My eyes struggled to adjust, but I could discern a figure standing in the shadows. A man, his features obscured, his presence unsettling. "Sleep on the couch," he said, his voice a mere whisper lost in the howling of the wind outside. There was no hint of warmth in his words, no trace of the customary hospitality expected in these parts. The atmosphere in the cabin was stifling, charged with an unspoken tension. I settled on the couch, my mind racing with questions about my enigmatic host. Why was he so aloof? Why the reluctance to engage in even the most basic conversation? I tried to sleep, but slumber eluded me. The man remained motionless, his silhouette an ominous presence in the dark room. His stillness was unnatural, as if time had stopped for him alone. As my eyes adjusted to the dim light, I noticed something even more unsettling. His skin, what little I could see of it, was unnaturally pale, almost translucent. A cold dread crept over me, a feeling that something was terribly wrong. Tossing and turning, I weighed my options. The storm outside was a known danger, but the unknowns within these four walls were becoming increasingly unnerving. My hunter's instinct, honed over years, screamed that I was in an unsafe place. Decision made, I rose quietly, not wanting to disturb the mysterious figure. I stepped outside, back into the storm's embrace, preferring its icy ferocity to the eerie calm of the cabin. My journey to the next cabin was a blur, a battle against nature's wrath. When I finally arrived, welcomed by a warm-hearted couple, I felt an overwhelming sense of relief. I shared my odd encounter at the previous cabin over a hot meal. The couple exchanged glances, their expressions turning solemn. What they revealed next sent chills down my spine. That cabin's owner was found murdered 2 years ago. The woman said softly, "Nobody has lived there since. It's been abandoned, a place of sorrow and unspoken fears." The revelation stunned me. Had I shared a room with a ghost? Or something else, something more sinister? The mountain, with all its beauty, also harbored deep mysteries and ancient tales of spirits and shadows. That night, in the safety of the second cabin, sleep came, but it was restless. My dreams were haunted by visions of the pale man, his silent figure lurking in the shadows of my subconscious. The next morning, the storm had passed, leaving the world in a serene blanket of white. The mountain seemed at peace, its fury spent, but the memory of the previous night lingered like a bad aftertaste. I thanked my hosts and set out to finish my hunting trip, but my heart wasn't in it. The encounter at the cabin had shaken me, a reminder that the wilderness holds secrets beyond our understanding. As I walked, the cabin loomed in my mind, a puzzle begging to be solved. Was it merely an abandoned shelter, or did it house something more, something that defied the laws of nature? The experience left me with more questions than answers. The mountain, a place I thought I knew like the back of my hand, now seemed alien, a land where the line between reality and the supernatural blurred. In the days that followed, I couldn't shake off the encounter. It became a story I would share around campfires, a tale met with skepticism and fascination in equal measure. The mystery of the cabin and its ghostly inhabitant became a part of me, a haunting reminder of the night I sought refuge and found a brush with the unknown. I returned to the mountains many times after that, but never again did I approach that cabin. It stood there, a silent sentinel, a keeper of secrets in the vast wilderness. The snowstorm, the cabin, the pale man, they were now chapters in my life, a testament to the unknown forces that dwell in the remote corners of the world. As I sit by my own fireplace, years later, the memory of that night is as vivid as ever. The mountains continue to call, a siren song of beauty and mystery, but some secrets, I've learned, are best left undiscovered.